Hello, friends. I am setting up, so don't mind the noise. Tape the microphone down so it doesn't go wandering off. That would be bad. And I have water for the brushes, not for me. And let's see, do I have chat? If I can find the chat. Okay, chat is on. And now I can work. And feel like there's still a ton to do. That's okay. Hope everyone's having a good afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. And my goal is to finish this part up here, but I guess we'll see. Because that's my goal, I'm naturally working down here because that's how that works, I guess. Little by little. Let's see. You do not want to see the color of my paint water. It is horrible. Just horrible. All right. So far, so good. Once again, this would be easier if I was willing to mask the paper, but I am not willing to mask the paper, so I must live with my choices, as must we all. All right, let's go back to work on this edge here. Hello, Phil. How are you today? Or I guess tonight. I think you are closer to my time zone. 6 hours straight north. Yeah, so it's evening for you. I hope you've had a good day. Weather here is weird. Just suddenly turned very spring-like. So, well, I really hope the microphone doesn't pick me like chomping on my brushes. That would be very weird. I bet it does. All right, we gotta get in close. 75 and 85 degrees. I mean, that's pretty spring-like. All right, let's see. Oh, what a mess I made out of the tail, didn't I? Let's see if I can fix it. All right, this is going to turn crazy. I need to be able to get at my paint. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, I forgot. Twitch is like that, isn't it? I did at least change the stream category. I think it was still set to WoW gaming, which I enjoyed doing. And if I ever have some spare money, maybe I'll resubscribe for a month and see if I can keep from dying in classic WoW or whatever, hardcore WoW. But for now, I got stuff to do. Let's see, how about some blue? I don't know. Maybe it's a setting on my end that I haven't unchecked or something. Or I bet Q could tell us. If he shows up, I'll ask him. He might actually be streaming now, come to think of it. We'll see. All right, is this dark enough? Yeah, that's okay. I have this issue that I ran into, that the actual dimensions of the painting for the cover end like about here and here, but I want some spare room just for bleed. So I'm having to basically freehand some of the stuff that I originally drew and just didn't make it into the transfer, is the word I want. Didn't make it into the transfer. Yeah, I'm super curious about the different paper I sourced, though. So I might have to try that at some point. See if it's any better, crisper. Like the surface of this is just not the same since they changed the formulation of the paper sizing. I know they said that they didn't, but that it didn't make a big difference, but they're wrong. It made a huge difference. Well, I'm still trying to, I'm still working out the technology. Once I work out the technology issues, I'm gonna have it happen at the same time every day so that people don't need to worry about getting notifications or worrying about missing it or whatever. But I'm still trying to, like, I'd like to solve the multi-chat problem first. So once I do that, I'll make sure that uh, people get proper notice. These are basically just test streams where I'm just trying to figure out how the technology works. Hmm. No, I don't like that. It needs to be darker. It's a little better. All right. Oh gosh. That was such an interesting book, The Little Prince. I'm glad that I bought it and read it because it was really interesting, we'll just say. Not what I expected. It was not what I expected, but very good. Very French. I'm not liking this space here. I think I need a smaller brush. See if my strip liner is any good. Yeah, that's better. And now someone's going to tell me to stop talking with a brush through my teeth because they can't understand me, and this is valid, so I'll stop doing that. Ooh, yes, this paper is just not as good as I wish it was. This brush, on the other hand, is fantastic. Wow, you read it in French. Wow, that must have been amazing. I am impressed. Well, I've probably eaten a lot of paint in my day, I'll tell you. Back when paint was far more dangerous, even. You should have seen my face when I bought a textbook. It was a guide on oil painting that had been recently published at the time. And there was an entire chapter on safety that had things about wearing gloves on your hands and things and to protect your skin from toxic paint chemicals. And I'm like, ooh, this is like many decades too late to save me. Oh, I bet. It must be beautiful in French. One of these days, I'm going to buy that language textbook that teaches you. Whoa, wait, that's bad. Do not want a hair on there. A cat hair, no less. Um, that teaches you I think it's Portuguese, Italian, French, and Spanish together because why wouldn't you? I mean, they're pretty similar, and I think that's just brilliant. Learn four languages at once by learning the differences between them. That sounds pretty like a useful approach. Reading it in Spanish. No, I don't. I don't know why the Spanish translation would be better than the English translation. I guess maybe it might be. I don't read very much in Spanish. Um, just like how written English is very different from spoken English, written Spanish is very different from spoken Spanish. It's a bit more of an effort for me than understanding spoken Spanish. A lot of Spanish translations also are in European Spain Spanish, and so it's kind of they're kind of what do I want to say, places where it's not similar to the Spanish that I grew up listening to. It's kind of like the difference between, I don't know, American English and Australian. Like you're going to trip up on stuff and you're not exactly sure where. So all that's excuses, I know, but cat hair really does go everywhere. The cat hair goes everywhere the cat does, and I'm now beginning to learn that if there's cat hair somewhere, I should probably suspect that the cat has been there even if he's not supposed to have been there. So he is ungovernable. I suppose most cats are. Well, that's not exactly how I wanted this edge to go, but this edge is not going to be visible, so that's okay. Or maybe I'll go back and add some things in white there. I need to do these spaceships. They're pretty obviously not finished. All right, let's see if I can do these without messing them up. Let's go. Let's go. I am, of course, only guessing what these spaceships look like because I didn't actually design the spaceships for these people. I think the only thing I wrote was that they were rounded. I don't know. So this will have to do. As always, please let me know if the magnifying glass gets in the way. I will move it. That's actually okay. Let's do this other one. This one's even smaller. Hooray. I could, maybe. Let's see. Actually, I'm pretty sure that the ships were described um, in Zephiel 1 in the first few chapters. I just don't remember how I described them, so I should probably look that up and put in the wiki before I forget again. What would I do without that wiki? I don't know. Forget everything. All right, all right. We're getting close. Then I'm going to have to decide how to handle the background, which really should be darker. But I don't want to lose the sense of motion in the swirly bits. So I need to think that one through. Ooh, that microphone really is picking up every single thing, isn't it? Is it a little too clear? I hope not. Oh no, that's bad. I need the tip of the brush to actually come to a point, not to 2 points. That's better. Okay, good enough, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll add swirls. They'll just be darker swirls. I don't know. But let's get to this corner here. This corner needs finishing. And then once I'm done with the back, I can worry about the front with all the people. That's going to be fun. The more I like the characters, the more I worry about messing them up when I paint them. Figures. Also, I think this part is too plain, so I might add something to it, but I might do stars in like a constellation or something. I don't know. That might be pretty. I want it to be rewarding for long-term fans who can guess at all the things that are in the montages and the reliefs. And, ooh, yeah, don't do that. And I want it to be intriguing or just aesthetic for people who are looking at it and don't know what it's about. So, Ooh, this is definitely like a there are days when it's easier than others, and this is one of those days where it's like every brush stroke is like fighting me. That's okay. Gotta get done. Uh, hmm. All right. It's not good. Let us make some decisions. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but that's okay. It does need to be darker though, so I'm not sad about that part. I just think I'm going to need to put lots of bits in this background that are maybe star themed. I think that might work. I don't know. I don't know. The actual book cover part is, front cover is maybe this part. All this is the spine and the back. So it's not going to be as noticeable as it looks here. This is bothering me. I need to fix this. I definitely need to add more something to this back window medallion thing. It's too, it looks unfinished compared to everything else. So maybe I'll start by adding some random flames here. Yeah, I think that'll help. We'll see. Definitely gonna have to go back and add white bits to pieces of it, but that's okay. All right, where are we here? I think I want to see what happens when I make that darker. So let's go for it. Let's just be bold. Well, I think I do want it to be darker. So let's try it. Hmm. Hmm. Actually, that's good. We continue. I'm gonna have to flatten this under a pile of books once I'm done. One of these days, I'm gonna bother to stretch my canvas or water my canvas before I do anything. But that day was not today, so. Getting there. Let's see. I can do the rest of this corner. I will be happy. So, see what happens. Not too bad. Boy, those were perfect circles when I drew them as sketches, pencil sketches. They're certainly not perfect circles anymore. So it goes. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't make a ton of sense scientifically, but I chose to ignore that. It's not really a very scientifically valid setting, so worrying about that seemed like a little too late for that, you know. You're gonna have psychic space elves and um, faster than light travel and laser swords. I think you can sort of give up on scientific accuracy. Hmm. I don't even remember what that is. I think it's like a nebula thing. That's okay because this part is completely off the page and will not be on the final book. I just want it uh, in case the edge of the cover wraps around. They're very relaxing people to write about. I will definitely say that. Okay, let's see. So I think the edge, let's see, the edge was where? Do I still have them? right, so the edge stops there. And obviously it stops here. It's actually, well, but, and then here. So this entire part I need to pay attention to. Okay. Not that I won't fill in the rest of it, but I want to make sure I get at least these parts done properly. In fact, just gonna paint over this part because I don't really like it very much. We'll make the executive decision that my sketch work was not going to work out. All right. So, but this part I do have to do. That is a nice way of looking at it. I like that. Now this, if I'm not wrong, is someone's mane that is cut off. That becomes like the planetary nebula shrouding thing. But that's okay. I'll draw it anyway. I'm gonna put the other brush. The brush is down here. It doesn't feel like I accomplish a ton at a time, but little by little, we travel far, as they say. That is very much in need of cleanup, but that's okay. I can do that. All right. Not too bad. Let us do an eye or two. Whoa, no, I don't want to do anything with the brush looking like that. Yikes. Okay, that's better. Okay. What do I want? I want slightly gray. Let's see. If the eyes get messed up, then I'm very unhappy. So far so good. Her eye is orange. Let's have fun with that. And a reddish or orange or blue color, which eventually will get repeated in the flame. Fingers are such a great tool. All right, so I want that to dry before I add anything else to it, or it'll munge too much. All right, that's actually not bad. And she has orange gems. So this is, I like to work in stages so I can see where all the values are going with everything. That's very helpful. Okay, I think I'm going to call this a night. Here is progress. Progress is this part mostly done. I'm not too happy with this, but I'm going to add to it later. And we added this, made this darker, on our way to making this darker, and some of their faces as well. So not too bad. We're getting there. So thank you for joining me, and we'll do it again tomorrow, the day after, one of the two.